The simplicity of the gospel.
Welcome to the Simplicity of the Gospel, brought to you by the Pegwell Community Church of Christ Church in Barbados. Quite recently, two words have been going through my mind, and I thought that I would share with you today about these two words. These two words are fear not. Oh, the world is gripped with fear right now. There's the fear of the virus. There's the fear of death. There's the fear of crowds. There's the fear of moving around. There's a fear of running out of money. There's a fear of starvation. There is a fear of everything right now. But the Lord will say unto us, fear not. And I just want to read some scriptures in your ears and let you see the kind of adverse situation that these persons were in when the Lord said to them, fear not. And because it is Christmas, I want to start with one in Luke chapter 2 and verse 10. When the angel appeared and said, fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. And this is what we want to do in the midst of all the upheaval, in the midst of all the circumstances that will cause us to fear. I want to remind you that I bring you good tidings of great joy. I heard the Lord say way back, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will help thee. I will strengthen thee. I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. God is always cautioning us not to fear. Now, I know people talk about fear, and they say fear means reverence. But in all these verses that I'm going to give you, fear does not mean reverence. It means to be awestruck. It means to be terrified. It means to be afraid. So he said, fear not. Look at some more circumstances that cause people to fear, to be trembling, to be at their wits' end. In Matthew chapter 1 and verse 20, Joseph has a very strange situation. His espoused wife is pregnant, and he did not do it. And he wants to put her away. But hear the word of God in Matthew chapter 1 and verse 20. Fear not to take Mary to be thy wife. Fear not. Maybe somebody's thinking about marriage, and maybe you're wondering, should I take this person to be my wife? Why not pray about that and ask God if this is the same situation for you? He said, fear not to take Mary to be thy wife. In Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28, Jesus on another subject was still counseling people not to fear. And he said, fear not those which kill the body. Don't be afraid of those who kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But fear him who's able to destroy both body and soul in hell. And we see this with ISIS. We see this in many countries where people are perhaps fearful because they can be beheaded. But the Lord is saying, fear not them which just can kill the body, but fear him who has the power to destroy both body and soul in hell. I'm here to tell you today, fear not. Don't be frightened. Your situation, I don't know what your situation is. And as I thought about this fear not, the Lord gave me a picture in my mind. And I thought of a building that is on fire. I thought of a building that is on fire. And somebody's on the ground, and there's somebody on the window 5 stories up. And the person is saying, don't fear, don't worry, just jump. I got you. Don't worry. And I think of God like that. I think of Jesus like that, saying, don't worry. Don't fear. I got your back. Perhaps your trouble is probably 2 stories high, and you're still fearful to jump. There are others who may be encouraged to jump from 5 stories. There are others who may be encouraged, they're going through such a terrible situation that they may be encouraged to jump from 10 stories up. But you're jumping into the arms of Jesus. You're jumping into the arms of God. And he will say, I have your back. I'm strong enough. I love you. I care for you. I can take care of this. Don't fear. Don't worry. Just jump. And the Lord is saying to you today, you're thinking about getting another job? Just jump into it. What is this decision that you have to make? Just remember that God is on your side. He's strong. He's able. He's well able to look after you. Hear the word of God. Now, some strange things that just happened. Jesus was crucified. Jesus was laid in the tomb. And so the young ladies came to see him one day. And so the angels in Matthew chapter 20 verse 5 said to them, fear not, I know you seek Jesus. Don't worry. Don't get scared. He's not here. Fear not. He's not here. He's risen. Fear not. They were probably terrified. You know, they saw him on the cross. They saw him bleeding. They saw him wounded. They saw him with the spear in his side. And they would probably be terrified. But the angel said, fear not. In Luke chapter 1 verse 13, the Lord said to Zacharias, fear not, Zacharias. Zacharias had every reason as a human being to be afraid of the circumstances. But the Lord calmed his spirit. The Lord calmed his mind. The Lord calmed his soul by telling him, fear not, Zacharias. I tell you, I like when the angel appeared to Mary though. I mean a teenager, and she's seeing an angel. This bright, shining angel perhaps. And she'd never seen anything like that before. Of course she's going to be terrified. Of course she's going to be frightened. But the angel said, fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with God. Look, brethren, whatever situation that you're going through, that can put you through some traumatic experience, I want to say to you tonight that the word of the Lord to you is, don't be afraid. Fear not. I am with you. I have you in my arms. I love you. I give everything that I have for you, and I'm not willing to let you go now. Fear not, Mary. Fear not, because you have found favor with God. I love this. God is trying to encourage somebody today. God is saying, in another situation, when he had called the disciples and they hadn't caught anything, then he sent them out and they caught a whole lot of fishes. And so maybe this for a pastor, you have been pastoring for a long time, maybe you're still 20, 30 people in the church. You think, by now, you should have 300 or 400 or 500 people. But the Lord said unto them, fear not. From henceforth, you're not going to be catching fish. Fear not. From henceforth, you are going to catch men. I personally, I'm holding on to that. Oh yeah, I want to see church growth, especially in these end days. I want to see people coming to the Lord in droves. And the Lord will say unto me, Pastor Murrell, fear not. From now on, you are going to catch men. Don't be afraid to launch out to the deep. Don't be afraid to do what I say to do. And we have another case in Luke chapter 8 and verse 50 with a sick child. And hear the word of the Lord to the man of God saying, fear not, believe only, and she shall be made whole. Fear not, believe only. Another time the Lord is speaking to the church. He said, fear not, little flock. It is the Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom. Thank God for words like these. When Paul was in the midst of the storm, an angel appeared to him in the midst of the night and said, Paul, fear not. You're going to meet your destination. The boat is going to fall apart. People are going to be in jeopardy, but you're not going to lose any lives. Fear not. And Paul was able to calm the spirits of everybody that's on board that ship by saying, the Lord appeared to me tonight and said to me, fear not. The Lord whom I serve, and I'm trusting him, I'm not going to fear. Brethren, take heart. You're going through some trying situations. You're going through some challenging situations. No money, no job, you're laid off. Food is running out. We hear about news spikes, people dying, and the spirit of fear is all over the place. But God will say to you tonight, brother, sister, fear not. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him. He's going to direct the path. Fear not, brothers. Fear not. I'm with you. When you go through the water, I'm going to be with you. When you go through the fire, I'm going to be with you. When you go through the floods, I am going to be with you. Fear not, for I am with you. This is the word of the Lord to you today. And I trust that you will just take heart and believe in God. Fear not.
If you do not have a local assembly, feel free to join us for an exhilarating time of worship. Our services are Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Sunday evening, healing and deliverance at 6:30 p.m. Join us in prayer on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and for Bible study on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Bless fellowship and enjoy.
The simplicity of the gospel.